I made my first horror game in Roblox in under 2 hours. It's not great by any means, and it definitely won't go viral, but it was really fun to make. I've always liked horror games, and I've made some in other engines like Unity and Unreal Engine, but I never really got to release those, so I thought I would commit and try to make one in Roblox. First, I opened up a new project. Well, not really a new project, but one that I had previously made and had very little in it. I started by making the trees, and I used an asset from the toolbox for them. I also wanted a house that I could put in as where the character started. Of course, I had to go with the happy home, but I soon ran into a problem. Okay, so I may have encountered a slight bug in my programming, and it might just be that I forgot to anchor all of the trees, so they just kind of fall off. Here, I'll run it again so you can see it's not very pleasant. Oh no, I'll do this all over again. It turns out that I forgot to anchor them, so that was what I did. Once I did that, I added in some cricket sounds and changed the atmosphere. I learned how to use fog and how to change the time of day, which was actually the fun part. So after that, I wanted to make it scarier. And do you know what makes a game scarier? A flashlight. Yes, a flashlight. My master plan was to add a flashlight to the game so the player could see. I got a flashlight mesh from the toolbox and went to work. This was the first time I had the script. Luckily, instead of scouring the internet for tutorials, I was able to use the built-in ROBLOX assistant, which helped me with the code. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, it did just spit out the code for me, but I wanted to make this a learning experience. So I skimmed over the code and wrote a basic script in Roblox Studio. It took me a while to make some adjustments to the light and the toggling, but I got to work. Once I had done that, I decided to make the actual gameplay. I wanted this game to be where you followed a pathway to a cave, where a monster would come out to get you. So I made the pathway and made it go to the cave, another asset I got from the toolbox. Then, just so I could skip some coding for the monster, I got a monster from the toolbox as well. Honestly, I do kind of feel bad that I used the toolbox and the Roblox AI for most of this game. But when I make more in the future, I hope to learn modeling and more coding. So now we had a working monster that would chase you, and when it touched you, you would die. But I wanted more than this. I decided to make a trigger that would play a roar and cause the monster to come out of the cave and chase you when you touched it. So I got to work on this. And this was where I really struggled. I wanted to write this myself, so I did not use the AI for this. I looked over another one of the scripts for information, but wrote the new one by myself. Obviously, this didn't work, and I had to spend literally like an hour on this. I'm not even joking, this may have been the longest part of this project. But eventually, I got it done. So now I had a trigger that when touched, would cause the monster to leave the cave and chase you, and eventually it would catch you. So there, we had our game. But I noticed that when you died, the monster would still be out of the cave. So I quickly asked the AI, I quickly definitely used my own knowledge to make a script that would kick you when you died from the game. Finally, we were done. It wasn't much, and it was pretty bland, but I enjoyed making it. I learned basic scripting and environment design, and I learned how to fix bugs in the next part. After that, I set up my game and got it ready for release. I made an icon and gave it the name The Cave, and that was it. I was ready to bask in the newfound fame that I made from my... Okay, nothing special. But hey, at least I had fun. So all in all, that was how I made my first Roblox horror game. It was pretty bad and didn't get any players at all, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. The link to the game is in the description down below. So, as always, thanks for watching. Blinkers